The Daily Mail released an article about me, Donor Dan. They're saying, turning followers into fathers. Meet Donor Dan, who promises dads, not dads, but promises dads an international life of luxury, but only if they meet his incredibly high standards. Now, a lot of this article is going to be clickbait. I already read through it once, but I'm going to react to it and give a response in this video to the article. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen showing on your screen, but there's a bunch of advertisements around the article. This is obviously made to get a lot of clicks and to get people interested and attracted, but I always said I will be open to working with mass media and journalists from every corner of the world and the internet, because I want to work with people who actually do the research. I'm not interested in those who just read an article and trust the legacy media, or who just trust whatever people say about me. I want to work with people who actually do the research, who dive a bit deeper, get to know me, talk to me, and want to work with me. So that's kind of why I exposed myself and why I took this interview with this journalist. So, an influencer who has branded himself as a globe-trotting fertility entrepreneur is charging up to $10,000 a month to teach men how to become elite-level sperm donors, the Daily Mail can reveal. It's nice that they keep calling me influencers. I have 1,200 followers on Instagram today, and I think across all platforms maybe 3,000, 4,000 followers. So I don't know that goes into the influencer niche yet. It is possible to spend 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million a month with the Open Donor Association and invest that money into healthy life creation. I think there's no limit. I think every amount that goes into the Open Donor Association, or creating healthy life generally outside of the Open Donor Association with your own family, whatever way, I think is well invested. Yeah, but of course they will take the highest number they can find on the website, which is $10,000, because it's a nice clickbait. Very interesting. Oh, like people are paying $10,000 to become sperm donors? How does that work? Charismatic Daniel Bayan, who goes by the moniker Donor Dan online, is offering a platinum standard program that includes guaranteed matches with women wanting to conceive, international promotion, and full legal and medical support. The health and fitness fanatic, I am a health and fitness fanatic, claims the most sought after men in his Open Donor Association website can make up to $100,000 a year traveling the world siring children, and that 800 female recipients have already signed up to his nonprofit organization. So yes, it's possible to make 100,000 or more a year as a traveling world sperm donor. Should you become a sperm donor because of that? No, definitely not. That money is great and useful when you have to travel so much, when you have to pay for your travel, when you have to pay for your health, when you have to pay for healthy food, healthy restaurants, because if you're traveling, you don't always have like an organic supermarket or a kitchen. So this is not something what men should do that want to make a lot of money. This is something men should do who want to have an impact. Critics, however, fear the scheme will draw in, it's nice they already call it a scheme. Critics, however, fear the scheme will draw in people attracted to the unregulated fertility industry for the wrong reasons. In an exclusive interview, Dan said, an elite-level donor is someone who is very healthy, very intelligent, and in high demand in the reproductive marketplace. Usually, recipients are looking for a donor who is not just healthy and intelligent, but also attractive and tall. I forgot that recipients are also looking for kind donors, nice donors, ethical donors, transparent donors, trusted donors. But I would say someone who's healthy, he's also transparent, he's trusted, he's a nice person. Usually, a healthy person would be a nice person. I think if someone's unhealthy, they probably have issues with their kindness as well. We have all sorts of donors in our community, but only 8 donors that we actively refer to recipients because they meet that golden standard when it comes to testing and health. So right now we refer 8 donors without having scaled anything so far. We're just working on the processes and the systems to make sure that we can go into a scaling phase and we can attract more men who want to help women become mothers, so that we can help more women to become mothers. And when you compare them to general donors, I consider them elite because they are the best of the best. Absolutely true. If you compare the donors in the Open Donor Association with the donors you can find in the Facebook groups or the sperm banks, just go ahead, go to the sperm banks, pay for some of the pictures and portfolios, compare them to the portfolios in the Open Donor Association, you'll see the difference. Then they have a nice picture saying Daniel Bain, known online as Donor Dan, offers men an online program to help them become what he calls elite-level sperm donors. And then another nice picture. A lot of advertisements here. But I guess, you know, someone has to pay for them doing this work. US citizen Dan founded a vintage clothes company in Germany where his mother lives when he was 19, but he now spends a great deal of his time in Florida. He came up with the idea for the association after he became a donor for the first time 18 months ago, and since then he has conceived 20 children with 18 families in multiple countries while racking up thousands of followers on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Really just a couple thousand. I think I barely have more than 100 on YouTube. So I'm working on that. I want more people to be aware of the magic and beauty of creating healthy life. Where he posts about his glamorous lifestyle and donation trips across Europe, the US, and the Far East. I'm not trying to post a glamorous lifestyle, trying to post the lifestyle I live as a donor, and I don't think it's glamorous. I think it's hard work. If you look at my YouTube, I don't, flex at all with anything. I think the biggest flex there is to help someone create a life that would not have been there if you hadn't been there. So I think that's pretty amazing. But yeah, he charges between $1,000 and $30,000 for a single donation, and having grown up as one of 22 kids conceived by his California-based sperm donor dad, he wants to sire children with women all over the globe so his offspring can grow up with many brothers and sisters as he did. Half brothers and half sisters. So what they like to do, the journalists that just dive into open donation or sperm donation for 1 or 2 articles, is they like to name or call half siblings full siblings. Like half brothers and half sisters are nothing like brothers and sisters, but they actually get into that as well later on. And what they like to do is they like to call donors dads. Like the title is saying, I promise dads an international life of luxury. Well, not true. It should be, but that would get less clicks. Meet Donor Dan, who promises intended donors an international network of recipients and donor conceived children, right? So I don't work for dads or with dads as much as I do with donors. I want to go on a journey as a father myself too. I want to be a father. I want to be a dad as well. I could see myself in the future helping not just donors, but also dads, become better dads, and have more healthy children. But for now, it's mostly focused on donors. We have some dads in our community. A lot of the donors I work with are dads at the same time too. My father, who's a donor, he's a dad as well. He has his own children, 6 children of his own. So, but yeah, that's my experience with the half siblings, and I think it helps a lot of people understand what half siblings are. In addition to preaching ethics and high standards, the online guru, these labels, man, they're tough. The online guru makes no secret about how there's a lot of money to be made in the fertility industry. There is a lot of money to be made in the fertility industry. That is true, but all that money should be invested straight back into reproduction and fertility. So I preach a lot about, charging what your time is worth and taking, your value and raising your value in the reproductive marketplace, but also talk about how you can then invest that money well so that more people can have healthy children. So I think while there is a lot of money to be made in the fertility industry, there's also a lot of money to be invested into the fertility industry. And I think there's nothing better you can invest in than to create a life that otherwise would not have been there. It's just magical that, money can create a life, and people are investing in other things, but I might be a bit extreme in that opinion and position. On social media, Bayan regularly posts videos from luxury destinations promoting, what's a luxury destination? Is that like they show a skyline here in Bangkok, but these condos are not really luxury. I think for the common viewer in the UK who's never left the country, maybe that is like a luxury destination, but it's really just a pool in a condo building in Bangkok, which those apartments cost like $700 a month. Promoting openness, donor-recipient relationship, and the pride he feels in his contributions. I'm very proud to be a donor, and I think people can be proud to have children. I think it's like the most wonderful thing we can do. The spermfluencer, I like the word spermfluencer, claims donors can earn up much more through his program than anonymous sperm bank contributors. That's very true. It depends on you as a donor. Some donors don't charge at all. Recipients come to me because they know what supplements I take. They know I eat only organic food. They know I work out every day and I go to good gyms. There's actually many more reasons recipients work with me if you want to find that out. Look at my Instagram, Donor Dan, and the link in my bio, but also link in my bio on my YouTube. My choices shape lives, and that's what a lot of young men don't see when they go in their day-to-day work or lifestyle, because they just think, okay, my choices, they shape my life, which is true, and maybe my friend's life, but they don't really see how their choices impact the next generation their children's lives. I don't even pay myself a salary because I'm doing this for impact, not profit. So with the Open Donor Association, I have no salary there. I want to leave an impact for the children that I help create, but I also want to grow a strong and healthy nonprofit organization that maybe in the future more donor-conceived children or men can join that want to help create healthy life. So I really want to, if I am making a scheme, I want it to be a snowball scheme for babies, like a baby snowball scheme. You start with one baby. I'm the first donor-conceived baby. I roll and then I go poop, 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 and then I pick up other babies and we create a whole bunch of healthy babies, and we're just a huge snowball of healthy life. That's what I want. I want to be able to say when I leave this earth, I was able to help people have happy and healthy children. So actually, I want to be able to say I was able to help as many people as I could have as many healthy children as possible. That's what I want. Of course, I'm not perfect and I could do better. I know that myself. Like sometimes I get distracted by things that are less important than healthy lives and these consciousness of these angels. But I'm trying my best, and I think you should too. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to join the Open Donor Association, know more about myself, check out the links in the description. We are not just for men who have $5,000 a month or more left over to invest in healthy life and reproduction. If you do have it, you should not be spending it on anything else. That's what I believe. I wish you good luck on your journey as an intended donor, intended father, or intended mother. I hope that you have healthy future generations. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.